Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Ready Set Recap, where we recap what's been going on. I'm Daniel, joined as always by my best friend Skyler.
How you doing?
This week in the news, we've got some updates for the DCU. Stranger Things Season 5 got its first trailer. The Legend of Zelda movie got some casting. There's a Mortal Kombat 2 trailer, and much, much more. But before we get into all that, Skyler, what have you been up to this week?
Well, we both did something together almost a week ago as of recording, and as alluded to in our previous episode of Recap, we went to AEW's All In.
Baby.
But before we talk about that, because I assume that's also what you were going to say you were doing this week, I saw Superman again. I took my family to go see Superman, and I think I walked out of it actually liking it a little bit more.
Oh,
And I already liked it in the first place, so I mean, it's good.
I wonder what changed for you the second time.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe just because one of the things that I said that's like not a critique, but just something that I personally am not a huge fan of is that we're jumping in very much in the middle of a thing already established. And I maybe
Right.
going in the second time already like knowing for sure that's the case. I was, ready to experience other things, not, caught off guard by certain things. Still don't like the monkeys joke. Not a fan of that.
Yeah.
But overall, it's a pretty dang good film.
It's real good. But speaking of hopefulness, tell me about that All In that I was also at.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's do it. Let's get into it.
Pretty good, huh?
Oh, yeah. My initial reaction as we were walking out of it, I said to you and our friend Abrar who was with us, I was like, I think this is not only the greatest wrestling show that I've personally been to, but probably going to be the greatest wrestling show that I will ever attend. Now, it's not impossible that something tops it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying that it is the greatest wrestling show of all time, just like the one I was in the crowd for.
Yeah. I mean, it is really good. I've heard a lot of people basically saying, like, this was the most impactful wrestling event since, like, WrestleMania 3. And I'm like, that's saying a lot. I haven't watched...
WrestleMania 3?
Yeah. Like, all the way back. And so I'm like, I don't know if I have the wrestling knowledge to make that claim. But what I will say is this is definitely a wrestling show that's going to stick with me for a really long time. Like, I think it was absolutely outstanding.
Yeah. If people are going off of match quality, because I also watched, and I believe you were there for at least the tail half of it, the WWE Evolution show, the all women's pay-per-view, the second ever that they've done. And I think that was a good show. Like, and I don't want to talk down and sound, elitist, all elitist, if you will.
Sure.
But I think for WWE standards, it was a good show.
Sure. Okay.
I think it's a good WWE show, and I think AEW, and this may be personal bias, they have the ability to have their matches go above and beyond,
Yeah.
and you'll never really see something of that level in WWE. Now, they can do great storytelling when they choose to. Normally, they focus in on one storyline at a time, and they're like, this is the good one, and everything else is everything else.
Right.
But, like, their matches, it could be said that they have their formula. They're all kind of similar, the same, whatever. Don't do anything too violent or fancy. Definitely not violence in the sense of what AEW does.
Yeah.
But
which I was glad there was only, like, one very violent match. I think if we got like multiple
you can't,
just like people super busted open matches, it would have been maybe a bit much. So I do think they are sort of toning that down a little bit, because I feel like even like a year ago we would see 2-3 matches like we were seeing pre-show matches that people were getting busted open. They're using real glass.
Yeah, I think maybe someone got the note of like,
hey,
we need less color. Like, this is the big color match.
Yeah. Color
this
meaning
is where
blood.
People are going to bleed. But
Great show. Because I think you're right. I think that's sort of where I've come down on like the difference between WWE and AEW is I think AEW pretty consistently has better wrestling. And then the storylines in WWE are sort of their strong point. I think at All In, I think that they really nailed both, though.
Yes.
Because the wrestling, obviously, I mean, they're always good at that. So there's really no there was no, with the people who were on that card, there was no way that like Okada and Kenny Omega and Hangman were not going to have good matches. It wasn't going to happen.
Absolutely.
But then on top of that, we also got the return of Edge or Adam Copeland, right?
That was,
and like,
that's
a huge moment. We got Dustin Rhodes winning the title in Texas, and everyone was very excited for that because he's been trying for that TNT title off and on since the beginning of the company. And he only was put in that match because Adam Cole couldn't perform, unfortunately.
Yeah, that was the downer of the night, but it's not like the show did anything wrong. It's just they had to break bad news to us.
He got hurt, you know. It's not a thing you can really get mad about. It's not like a booking decision. It was just a thing that happened. But yeah, and then we got, you know, the Young Bucks are no longer EVPs. We got, you know, Tony Storm gave Mercedes Moné her first loss. We got the title back, baby, after like a year almost of it being stuck in a damn suitcase. Like,
perfect way to end the night.
It's so good. What an absolutely outstanding pay-per-view. Like, even some of the pre-show matches were really exciting. I don't know, like, I'm not mad that they were on the pre-show. Like, there was the Costco guys match, but the crowd was even like really into that match. Like, they pushed over Big Juice or whatever the hell his name is, and everyone was like, you can't do that.
You know his name's Big Justice.
I was close. It was really close.
There were a couple of young rowdy lads in our section that loved the Rizzler.
Oh my god. Like a Brar.
Oh yeah. Oh, Brar was
popping off. If there had been a couple low blows, I don't think we would have gotten him out of there in one piece.
No, luckily all we got was Kyle Fletcher getting kicked in the nads 3 times in a row. There was much more than that. We would have scooped a Brar up in a bucket.
Yeah. Well, he didn't seem to really count those as low blows, even though they're like for sure low blows.
Just because it's an established move.
But yeah, I mean, it's impossible to say like I'm not even going to bother asking like what was match of the night for you, because it was the Hangman match for sure.
Yeah, it has to be.
That's probably going to be the match of the year if I had to guess.
It has to. I was literally jumping up and down.
Yeah, it was. I mean, when the match starts and like ding 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 and they've got forks in their hands, like, you know, it's going to be like second 2 is someone's getting their head stabbed with a fork. You know that like this is going to be a wild one.
Trying to think, if you do that thing of like, oh, who's your favorite character? Well, taking out the main character.
The main character of wrestling, Hangman Adam Page.
Yeah. He is. He literally is. Other than the main event, my favorite match of the night might have been Tony and Mercedes. It was really good. One.
We didn't get to see the entrances super great from where we are. Did you find out later? Did you see Mercedes' entrance?
No, I haven't seen that.
So Mercedes, we couldn't tell, like, because we saw her. She had this like long coat on that was like dragging behind her. She had the Texas Rangers cheerleaders with her, and they like partially carried down to the ring like a bridal veil. But we couldn't tell from where we were sitting. Those weren't like black stripes on them. It was words. It was the names of all the people she had taken her titles from.
Oh wow!
It's pretty good. Really cool.
That's pretty good. She's good.
So good.
I take it back. That match was amazing, but that Swerve Strickland, Will Ospreay versus the Bucks match.
It's just casually 4 of the best wrestlers on the planet right now.
Something else was good.
So many amazing payoffs too.
The return in the main event of Bryan Danielson and Darby Allin.
2 of my favorites.
As far as we could tell from where we were sitting, Darby Allin just rappelled off of Mount Everest.
It's true. I actually was wondering that because we couldn't see. We were at Globe Life Theater and or arena, whatever. Yeah. And there's there's like a roof above us that like partially cuts it off, so we couldn't see all the way up to like the ceiling of the stadium. Yeah. And so I only saw Darby come down because he rappelled from the ceiling. I only saw him come down from like the Titantron down. And so I was like, was he just hiding in that like fixture all night? Or did he come all the way down? Like, what happened there? Like, I need to know.
I really do think that I want to spend some cash just to get the pay-per-view and just watch it televised.
Yeah.
Because
do they do like Blu-ray releases of those pay-per-views? Probably not, huh?
They might. I don't know. I mean, WWE still does physical release of their pay-per-views, but I don't know if AEW's been doing that. I mean, it will end up on HBO Max eventually
Yeah.
because they have their little backlog. But
When I
the
looked at
most
it,
recent
yeah.
one
Yeah.
was All In from last year.
So it might
And
be
I'm
in a
like,
minute.
oh, so it's gonna be at least a year. And then there's even like gaps for some reason. Like certain years, like they haven't uploaded Forbidden Door for some reason.
Yeah, I wonder if that's something with like they also have to get permission from New Japan or something. I don't know.
Originally thought that, but then they have other Forbidden Doors. I
Yeah,
don't
but
really
then they've
know.
also jumped around a lot from like different pay-per-view providers, and so maybe certain pay-per-view because they were on like Fight TV and then they were on Bleacher Report or like whatever the hell.
Yeah,
Like they've been on,
then
and so I almost
they
wonder if like some of them took some level of like streaming rights to those show. I don't know. I don't know.
maybe. Well,
Uh,
we can hope it goes up eventually.
yeah, but yeah. In conclusion, what an absolutely amazing pay-per-view.
Oh,
I want to leave hope that we'll see a better one, but goddamn.
well, it's not going to be from WWE,
No,
but
they
that's
don't
not
come to
because it's
Texas anymore.
WWE. It's because they refuse to come to our shitty backward state.
Yeah, but not because it's a shitty backward state. They refuse to come
Oh,
here.
they normally love that
They
kind of
love
stuff.
backward states. They go to Chicago all the time. But they hate Texas because Texas requires them to like report the ticket sales accurately, and they love to lie about that.
They do.
So in response to that, they have decided to just never go to Texas, I guess, until that stops being a thing. It's like a protest, I guess. I don't know. Which is different than the AEW also has a state that they're not allowed to go to. Oklahoma. They refuse to go to Oklahoma anymore because they said that they couldn't wrestle there because it's technically a sport and they have a trans athlete, Nyla Rose, and Oklahoma has enforced that they are not allowed to let her perform, even though she hasn't had a pay-per-view match in a long ass time. I don't think AEW was just like, nah, fuck you, actually. And I respect that.
Yeah, well, definitely stand up for Nyla.
She was what, the second or third women's champion in AEW?
Second, I believe, yeah.
It was like Riho and then her. The smallest possible woman and then the largest possible woman.
Ironically, I was gonna say, like, well, if WWE ever holds a Rumble in Oklahoma City or something, then that'd be cool. But I mean, fuck Oklahoma, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe they go to Louisiana.
Yeah. I actually would love to go to New Orleans. I've never been there before, and it's definitely driving distance, so I don't know why I haven't.
Let's do it. Let's do it right now. Pause the recording.
Yep. Hey, everybody, we just got back from New Orleans. I got drunk and showed my boobs.
I almost drowned. Unrelated. We weren't even in Louisiana yet.
All right. But hey, I also did something else this week that you will be interested in.
What was it?
Is I got caught up on the One Piece anime.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I was behind like 20 episodes.
Let me tell you.
Yeah.
I have not
Yeah.
been caught up on that for a hot minute. I became a manga Chad, which I was very proud of. Although I want to say like 15 or 16 chapters behind right now. I've let that stack up quite a bit. And I've been told multiple times by multiple people I need to catch up.
Let me tell you, Rocky. my reaction now, because so the bulk of what I watched was the Kuma backstory, which is amazing.
Yes,
good.
That,
also,
that I've read.
Secretly, maybe Kuma is the main character of One Piece because he was involved in kind of everything. So love that guy. Would love to get his hat and or a figure of him in the near future. Yeah, he's real cool. Because people have been talking up that backstory for so long, I had actually gone and read that chunk of the manga. And what I can say is I wish I hadn't, because
does the anime hit harder?
It is so much better. And it's and I feel like that is always the case. Like I feel like me having gone and read that has only served to somewhat spoil those moments. And so like
maybe
I genuinely I'm never going to read more of that manga ever. I'm not going to touch it. I'm not going to look at it. I'm not even going to consider it as a possibility. It is not worth my time because it is it is like the first draft. It is the rough draft of the much better product that is coming right behind it. So I'm not going to spoil that for myself.
I completely respect that. And you know what? I shake your hand for having the courage to do so. The reason that I decided to become a manga Chad was because we have certain friends,
Steven,
that are okay. We're just gonna call him out.
Yeah, and actually also Alec. So.
Alec, come on, you're better than this.
You would think.
Steven's not. Steven's exactly this. If you're listening, Steven. certain friends
Yeah.
who are like, "Oh boy, I know and you don't. Ho ho ho!
Yeah.
You don't know what's coming," and I cannot stand that.
Yeah.
So I had to jump in. So
Yeah.
yeah, I need to catch up. I haven't watched the anime since Wano ended, which
Okay. Well,
sounds blasphemous.
I'll be honest with you. I haven't been a huge fan, like in comparison to Wano, especially. Haven't been a huge fan of the Egghead arc. It's got some really
Mm,
good moments, like the Kuma
yeah,
backstory,
yeah,
but it's not. It's not on level with Wano. Granted, Wano's like 40,000 episodes, so it had a
yeah.
lot to. It was
Egghead
basically its own
up to
show.
up to the point that I've read, I am past Egghead. I'm on to the next bit.
Yeah, which I know what that
Egghead
is, but
really does serve more as like setup, almost a bit of a breather as well, because Wano, we did so much shit,
yeah,
and
absolutely.
then we kind of set up
It's not. I would.
other stuff,
You're right
and
that pacing wise, it is a breather, but there's.
yeah.
I mean, it's a pretty heavy breather.
I don't know how far, what you got to tell me what because they went on a
It's a
break forever.
yeah. Well,
They decided
it's at
to
the end of the
reshow.
it's at the end of the Kuma backstory.
Okay, so
The
that
thing
is
that
that
just
is how far
happened
they've gone.
was one big punch to a big spider.
Yeah, they decided to take a break to let the manga get a little further ahead, I suppose, and they thought the best way to do that was to remaster and retell everybody's favorite arc of all time, Fishman Island.
Yeah. Well, that wasn't. They didn't do that because they were like, we want to do this. They did that because Oda went on break, and they were like, okay, well, we don't want to get completely caught up to the
Yeah,
manga because then so it's
yeah,
like, and I think they had already done most, if not all, of the major arcs prior to that.
yeah, I
So
believe
that's
so.
just where we're at. Is they're just reanimating some of the older stuff, not to be
By
confused
the
with
way,
what is it, the One Piece or whatever the hell the
oh
like
yeah, we're just starting
remake
over.
series that they're doing in a little
Mhm,
bit here.
mhm, mhm, mhm.
So
I am, by the way, totally for Oda taking as many breaks as he needs to
he
because I
deserves
would
it.
like him to be the one mangaka who finishes his big opus and doesn't die. That would be
Well,
cool.
I mean, yes, I don't want him to die, but like, I mean, there's been a couple who didn't finish and then immediately, like the Naruto guy, he went off and started Boruto like immediately after, like he's still going.
One Piece is killing him, Daniel.
I think the Bleach guy's done like three afterwards. Like a lot of the bigger guys are they're okay. It's really the lifestyle of being a mangaka that has
Mhm.
killed a lot of them. Because like the guy who I forget his name, but the guy who does like Hunter x Hunter and you
Yeah,
previously did Yu Yu Hakusho,
yeah.
and is married by the way to the lady who did Sailor Moon.
Oh,
He lives in squalor. He
okay.
lives just a disgusting lifestyle, and he may never finish Hunter x Hunter because he puts out like a chapter a year. It feels like he just does
Maybe I've
not
got
have
it.
the work there.
Maybe I've got it backwards. Maybe they're like sharks. Once they stop swimming, they die. Maybe
Maybe
like
you
Oda
can't.
needs to keep working,
Yeah, I do.
or else he will.
One Piece 1000% is that show where when it does finish, apparently relatively soon in the grand scheme of the 20 years that it's already been going, I do think that it's going to get like probably multiple spinoffs.
Oh, we're finally gonna get Two Piece.
We're gonna get two piece. I think we could get a spin-off like a prequel that's like Garp versus the Rocks Pirates. I think that that's a very likely thing.
Yeah,
We
I mean, it all comes down to how much the manga and anime show, right?
yeah, we
Like,
could get
assuming we don't delve into.
whatever happened in the lead up to the Void Century. Like there's a lot that could happen there. I think that there are so many like stories already in the lore that you could tell. And then on top of that, it's also just like this massive world of like the whole idea, the whole like impetus of One Piece is every time you go to a new island, it's basically a new show. And so
Mhm.
like you could just be like, and here's somebody else's journey doing something else at some other time and just like be almost completely separated
Yeah,
and you'd be fine. So
someone who doesn't even want to be a pirate.
yeah, do Kobe, do the Kobe story. But hey, that's everything I did this week. You want to talk about the news?
Please, let's get into it.
So we got a little bit of news, and by a little bit of news, I mean quite a bit of news. But the first chunk I have here is we got a couple of little things for the DCU. Just a couple little teasers. The first one we got was a Supergirl poster. I guess
Mhm.
that's the next movie that's going to come out because we get Peacemaker like next month.
Yeah, we
But the
get
next movie is
Peacemaker.
Supergirl.
Supergirl, and then I think Lanterns after that.
Yeah, and Clayface, I guess, is probably also maybe next year. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
But it's literally just she has vandalized the poster from Superman, and she has spray
Yeah.
painted over where it says "Look up" so that it instead says "Look out." And she's like
Here
drinking
she
a
comes.
slushy from 7-Eleven. I kind of love it. I like that she has a very different energy than Superman, because one of the things that always gets lumped against her is like, oh, she's just a girl Superman.
Yeah.
But in recent runs, she's been very different, namely in the, what is it, Tom King, whatever, the one that the movie is based on, the Woman of
Mhm.
Tomorrow. She's a very different character because she wasn't a baby when Krypton died. She was like adult enough that she remembers it. Like she remembers the planet
Yeah.
exploding. And she actually had it extra bad because in some, this isn't a new thing, but it was new to me when I read it in Woman of Tomorrow, is apparently in some versions of her backstory, her dad, whose name I don't remember, built like a dome over the city that they live in, separate from where everyone else lived. But she put like a dome over it. And so when Krypton exploded, the city just kind of like spun off into space, and it
Mhm.
was like existed as its own sort of like satellite for a long time.
Yeah.
And it became like a survival situation of like, how do we live on this rock flying through space? And so she's been through it. She's a very much more like troubled, scarred character in that book and in a lot of more recent runs. And so I'm curious to see what they're gonna do with that. I don't know how closely they're gonna follow the storyline of that book though.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously we're from what I've heard because I haven't read it, starting in roughly the same place.
It seems like it, yeah, because they talk about her like going off world to get drunk basically, and that's not like one for one what she does, but she is very much like traveling and doing these things. I'm pretty sure the book does start with her like at a bar, but it is. I would say the story of Woman of Tomorrow is not like necessarily what people would go to it for. It's a revenge story. It's a relatively straightforward one. People compare it to True Grit a lot. I don't necessarily think that it's on that level, but it is good. But what people I think really hold it up for is the art of it, and so I hope that that's the number one thing they take from it. It's just they take notes from how absolutely
Visual
gorgeous
style.
that book is. Yeah,
Sure.
so I'd be excited for
Um,
that.
One thing's for sure that we know about Supergirl is she's a hot mess. So,
She is. She's Chelsea Green in TNA.
and also probably we can assume Crypto will be in it.
Yeah, probably. He's not in
I
the
mean, maybe,
book.
maybe not.
Um,
Could very well be that, she just says she leaves him with Clark again
yeah,
because that's what she does when she leaves the planet, apparently. But I very much seems that they've left it open that like if people love Crypto, which they seem to do, because did you see that like dog adoption has gone up 500%?
I didn't see that, but that is insane.
I don't think it was actual adoption numbers, but it was like interest in adoption had like
Gotcha.
spiked crazy high. Which to that I say,
Way to go.
hey, I love dogs. If you want to give a dog a home, that's good. If it took you the most recent pop culture phenomenon movie to make you like buy a dog on a whim, that's a
Yeah,
little fucked up.
that is weird. They've done a lot of like charity stuff specifically with dog adoption services for the movie,
That
so I wonder if
makes a
that's
lot of
also
sense.
part of it. I don't know.
I would hope so. I hope these dogs go to good homes. Also, the fact that it's Crypto that inspires you, like I want a dog just like that. This was a
Yeah,
terrible
he's
dog.
a bad dog, and they call him a bad dog in the movie.
Yeah, not even a
So
very good one.
he's not even a very good dog. Some other things that we
Um,
got from the DC though, real fast. Unless you had more to say about Supergirl.
I was just finishing my Crypto statement. You would think that if people really like Crypto, which they seem to do, that they would want to squeeze him in the movie somehow. That's
Yeah,
that's it.
she does in the book get a horse, so maybe they'll do that instead.
A
It's possible.
super horse.
It's like a weird alien horse that may also be like a being of celestial power. I don't know. There's a lot going on in that book.
So Supergirl is a horse girl, is
She's
what
yeah,
you're
she's for
saying.
sure a horse girl. You didn't get that from the jacket she walked in.
Mm, okay.
But in other DCU news, the Lanterns TV show that we talked about for a second earlier has finished filming. I don't think we know basically anything else about this show other than like some of the casting. but hey, man, pretty cool. that's
I
that's coming up.
I I yearn for more Green Lantern, so I'm happy for this.
Yeah,
And it's coming.
I am excited for it. I think whenever it does come out, we may have to get our friend Anthony on here to talk about it because he is the Green Lantern guy. So we'll have to
Oh
see
yeah,
like what
almost
his opinion
certainly.
is. But the third thing and last thing we have for DCU is they are now fast tracking the Wonder Woman movie, which is good, but also doesn't necessarily mean a ton. We know that they don't have a script yet for it. I don't know that they've said anything about who's writing the script yet, even. So this does they are fast tracking it, and that's great. And I do want a Wonder Woman movie,
Hmm.
but I don't think that this is like to say it's going to be out like 2026, 2027. Like that's not going to
No,
happen. It's
no.
probably a ways out still,
Yeah.
which is fine because it seems like we're going to have a lot of other things between now and then.
I
And there's
think
still
it's
the Paradise Lost, the TV show
that's
that's like a
true.
prequel, is still set to come out sometime
Which
before
I
that.
don't remember if like they said the character of Diana was going to be in that prevalent in it. I don't know what the deal there.
I don't know if this was a rumor or if it was official, but I had heard it is definitely a prequel. I had heard that it's supposed to be following her mom, Hippolyta. So
All right, yeah, that's probably DC's, with Penguin have proven that they can take a side character or a less, I mean, not that the Penguin's less talked about, but you know what I mean.
yeah,
Like
certainly less talked
not
about than
typically the focus,
Wonder
and
Woman's
we can
mom.
we can
Yeah,
make a good world building show out of it. So I think that's
yeah. Well, and I'm excited
let's go
for it
for it.
because I think one of the things that was always missing for me in the previous DCU or DC EU, I guess, Wonder Woman
Mhm.
movies was that they didn't really focus at all on the lore of Themyscira and the Amazons. It was basically just like there's this lady and she swings a sword and now she's in a mall. And like that
Yeah,
was sort of what we did. And
yeah.
that was fine, I guess, for the first one. The second one not maybe not so much. But like I want to see her lore. You know what I mean? Like she has a whole rogues gallery that we just never see or talk about ever.
Hmm.
So I
Hmm.
would like to see maybe some of them at some point.
I think Wonder Woman desperately needs. I mean, I guess to a lesser degree, but the treatment that Superman just got, where people are. I saw a man wearing like out on the town, which is not like this isn't breaking news. This isn't huge, but like it was the new Superman logo from the movie,
Right.
and it was like this like older dad just walking around wearing the Superman shirt. He just was like, I like Superman, I'll get that.
Hell yeah.
So I think Wonder Woman needs that too, in the extent of, I mean, people love Wonder Woman as the icon. I think we need to get people to love Wonder Woman the character.
Yeah. Well,
So
because she's the third part of the Trinity, and yet in like
yeah,
every piece of media, she ends up being just like, and here's this other person. You know what I mean? Like she's never
a
been
little
held
bit.
on the same
Yeah.
level as Superman or Batman. And it's gonna frankly be an uphill battle to get her there because those two characters are two of the most recognized characters on the planet ever. So it might
I
be
th-
tough
I
to get her
think
to that point.
I
But
think she can do it.
yeah, I mean she's been there forever. I think we'll know it's in really good hands if they say that somebody like Gail Simone is consulting on it because she is, I
Right.
think, the most prolific living writer of Wonder Woman, and she's
Mhm.
written a lot of really good ones. So if we see something like that, then I feel like we'll know we're in good hands.
Yeah.
But we don't know anything. We don't know who's writing the script or potentially attached to direct. I'm pretty sure we know literally nothing about these movies.
Other
Oh,
than they've officially said we want to make it kind of soon.
they said we want to make it pretty soon, maybe. And everyone is really heavily pushing for that girl from Andor to play Wonder Woman. Did you watch? No, you haven't watched
Yeah,
Andor.
I've watched a little bit of Andor. I haven't watched enough of Andor. People can yell at me about that if they want. In the comments, please engage.
Get him.
Um, yeah, but no, I know that actress. She's been in other movies that I have seen. I don't remember her name, but I know her, and I think sure, yeah, I like her.
I think it's like her last name's like Anjora or something. That doesn't matter. But yeah, so I think she'd do a pretty good job. I liked her in Andor. It's the only thing I've seen her in.
Hmm.
But yeah. But
Hmm.
anyway, in other news, my section here just says Skyler wants to talk about Judge Dredd and Taika Waititi for some reason.
Let me start by saying I like Judge Dredd.
Yeah,
I really like the movie Dredd starring Carl Urban.
pretty good.
I think that's a really good movie, and I think a lot of people were like praying for years that they would do more with that like series specifically, and it was never going to happen. But hey, look, somebody wants to make a new Judge Dredd, and they chose Taika Waititi. My next thing to say is on Taika Waititi. He has made some very good movies. Jojo Rabbit was obviously probably his most acclaimed movie, and it's very good. I like Thor Ragnarok. I'm going to leave it at that. What We Do in the Shadows is one of my favorite comedies, maybe ever. It's really good. This is bad. This is a bad choice.
This is a bad choice.
This is a bad choice.
He famously,
I wanted to talk about it so I could condemn it. I don't like this.
Yeah, he famously despises comic book stuff. Like when they brought him on to do Thor Ragnarok, he said, I read one page of a Thor comic and said, well, I'm not doing that. And then he just made Guardians of the Galaxy but bad. And so it's like, okay, well, great. I'm glad that you're here. Oh, you're making another one and it's even worse? Glad you're here, buddy.
Love and Thunder is definitely worse. I think it's, in my opinion, which counts for almost nothing. I think Thor Love and Thunder is the worst film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
It's for sure down there. Yeah. I don't know which one would beat it. I mean, Eternals is also really bad. The Marvels, I think, was really bad. Like, but that's almost certainly the worst one. Yeah.
I think Eternals clears this easily, and I think the Marvels, I don't know.
The Marvels had that really lame like musical planet, and that.
Oh yeah. See, I only remember
the cat bit.
I only remember the cats eating everybody. That's all I remember about that movie.
Well, that may be a blessing in disguise.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I am excited for more Judge Dredd content. I am tired of this man and his one joke.
Like if he wants to like do his style of comedy for the rest of his career, that's chill, dude. You can do that. I don't know why we have to. This could come out and it could be great, right? That's always a possibility. But I don't have faith or excitement in this because the last comic book thing he did, he showed nothing but contempt for. So I don't know why this is the choice. And it's like it's not even necessarily like comic book. Like it's the studio thing that he truly has no respect for, which I get. But at the same time, you took the job.
What studio
like
would
make
this
the
be
movie?
For?
Man, I don't even know.
Well, yeah, I don't know who owns like the rights to that.
You'd think we should know.
But yeah, we got the first official teaser trailer for Stranger Things Season 5, a show that I'm very excited for, but I think you didn't like.
Okay, we've talked about this before. I don't know if we talked about it on the show.
I don't think we did. I don't know when it would have come up.
I watched Season 1, and I was like, cool. I watched Season 2, and I was like, okay. I watched Season 3, and I was like, I'm done. And then you claim after Season 3, it got really good, and I've never gone back. So yeah. That's my life story.
Season 4 is the best season, and like by a lot. Like it's truly not even close. The character of Eddie alone, I think, puts it above certainly 2 and 3. You know?
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously, he's taken off. The actor.
Yes, he's not around. Although in the trailer you do see that Dustin is wearing some of Eddie's rings, and it's like, oh.
Is there an in-world explanation as to why these like full-grown adult humans are still riding bikes and not driving cars?
I think several of them do drive cars in Season 4.
Okay.
So yes and no.
To be fair, we don't see. I don't think you get a close up on who's riding the bikes, but I saw bikes and I'm like, what? Aren't these kids are like 25?
Yeah. Well, but they're also from like Smallville, middle of nowhere. I don't know that their family can afford cars for them. You think Mike Wheeler's dad is buying him a car on his 16th birthday? That's Wolfhard.
Yes. If there was any one of those kids that would get a car for his birthday, it would be that one.
That's the worst dad. I mean, look, Will's family, Winona Ryder, for sure cannot afford a car. That's not happening.
Oh, no, I remember.
11 should not be allowed anywhere near a motor vehicle.
No.
So, honestly, if there was one who I think might have gotten a car, it would have been Dustin. He's really the only one.
But didn't a monster ate his mom's cat? She's not going to buy him a car.
She doesn't know that he brought the monster into the house.
He surely by now.
No, no. Honestly, that his mom is like barely a character in the show.
Does he have teeth yet? Is that a thing?
I don't remember, but probably. The actor has his teeth back, so I don't know why he wouldn't.
I'm not. I don't condone making fun of people for physical stuff, but he did like tease all those homeless people that one time. So fuck that guy.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the show looks really good. I guess I shouldn't spoil the ending of 4 here because you haven't seen it. But it does set up for some very exciting stuff for season 5 here. Season 5 has a weird release schedule where they're doing like the first 3 episodes in November and then the rest spread out through December in like different chunks. And so I do wonder how that's going to work.
They just refuse to let it go. They're going to make it last as long as possible.
I mean, it is the biggest thing that Netflix has ever done.
That's true. I can't argue that
to an extent. Truly, honestly, I think that Stranger Things might be the kind of thing that they sort of also make spin-off type shows for, where maybe it won't even be in the same universe, but I just mean like spiritual successor type shit.
They did certainly already try with that like shitty little X-Men team that they introduced in season 2.
Oh, no, they didn't try with that. That didn't get spun off like at all.
Well, no, because everyone hated it. That was like absolutely a thing that they were going to try to do.
Well, they'll probably show up in 5.
And everybody hated that episode specifically. They were like, oh, that didn't work.
Yeah, I mean, I still think that episode was like fine. I think people really doubled down that episode for like no reason. I think people hated it because it was an 11 episode, and 11 is like probably the least interesting character in that show. More so than they hated it because there's these other characters.
Yeah.
Because like they are very plot relevant to that story because they're the other like experimented on kids.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of like a lot of indication that some of those characters are going to be back in 5. So I would like, I don't know, any second now. But yeah, I'm really excited for it. It's got like apocalypse vibes to it. It seems like they're really escalating the stakes of it at this point, which is great. I know that you didn't like season 3, but I think season 3 also laid a lot of groundwork for what this is going to be.
I don't, to be honest, I don't remember
stuff.
I don't remember season 3.
Did you finish season 3?
Yeah, if I watched it, I finished it. That's the one that has Maya Hawke is introduced, yeah?
Yeah, Maya Hawke is introduced.
I like her.
She's great. She's like probably one of the better characters in the show. I think that's also the season that introduces Billy, the God, I don't remember the redhead girl's name right now, but her older brother.
Oh, the Red Power Ranger from the movie.
I didn't see that movie, so but yeah, probably.
It was bad. Don't see it.
Was really good in Stranger Things.
So I remember he was introduced in season 2 with Sadie Sink, and then in season 3 he became possessed by whatever the hell was going on.
He's like the villain. Yeah, he must not be like basically anything in season 2 then, because season 3 is like his season.
I think he's just driving around, and all the moms think he's hot, and then he shows up to beat somebody up, and then Sadie Sink like smacks him with a baseball bat or something. I don't know, something along those lines.
Yeah. Well, my hope in this season is that Jonathan dies.
Is Jonathan the
get his ass?
Is Jonathan the
he's Will's
the
older
Zionist
brother.
is sexy brother? Yeah, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. What?
Will, the kid that played Will, was like, Zionism is sexy.
I don't think you should read People magazine anymore. He's got to go.
The brother of that kid.
Yeah.
Is Jonathan.
Yes.
And you want him to die so that our boy Steve can be with the girl.
Yes, Nancy.
Right? Yes.
That's not why I want him dead, but it'd be an interesting byproduct. No, I just don't like that character. I think that he is a net like negative to the show. So hopefully he dies early, because I would like to see less of him.
Okay.
His character's just like annoying and whiny. And also he's like emotionally cheating on Nancy in season 4. And it's like, why are you doing that?
Whoa. Poor Nancy. She deserves better than that.
She might be my favorite character in the show. She's really good. I hope that actress does a lot of things after the show is done.
I hope half of the kids that aren't kids anymore explode. I won't say which ones.
I mean, I think we're probably going to get a couple of them. dying. But they've really only introduced more kids because like now Dustin's got his girlfriend and Lucas has a daughter, not daughter, a sister, obviously.
Dustin is his girlfriend the never-ending story girl?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that cast has only expanded really. I mean, we lose
Well,
like at least one person a season, but
I'm gonna double down and say there's, you know what? I could probably make a list, ranking order of which kids I want to explode.
You might just be very spiteful. Have you considered this possibility?
What's the kid's name? Lucas? Is that
Yeah.
his name?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's at the bottom. He's fine.
He's acting wise, at least, probably the best
Yeah.
one of those kids.
Yeah, sure.
He's actually really good in season 4.
I saw him in a movie. The movie was not good.
Well, speaking of movies that you will say are not good and won't have seen any of the people in it before, certainly. Hey, there's casting for the Legend of Zelda movie. Whoa! They casted 2 literal nobodies who are also little babies.
I'm not against this. I'm cautiously optimistic for it. I like the director enough, I guess.
Yeah, I'm mostly indifferent. They casted someone called Bo Bragason as Zelruda.
Yeah.
Apparently she's 20, but all the pictures that they posted of her do make her look like she's 6. And then we've got Evan Ainsworth, who is playing Link, and he is 17. Neither of them really have any credits to their name of note. Evan,
they are relative unknowns. Going forward, they will be known for this.
Yeah. Evan was a character who was apparently in several episodes of that Haunting of Bly Manor show, but he was like a literal baby then, so he probably didn't do much in it. And then he apparently voiced Pinocchio once. So that is really all of their bigger credits.
Voiced Pinocchio in what?
I don't know, something in 2022. It looked like it was some kind of like remake or something. It wasn't the Del Toro one.
You say so.
But yeah, I as far as I'm aware, don't know anything about this movie. We don't know if it's like adapting a specific game. If it is, it's almost certainly Breath of the Wild. I don't know if I would want that. Like, honestly, I think that they should probably just tell a unique story, because I think no matter which game you try to adapt, people are going to be mad that you didn't do it right, because those Zelda games are like loved cultishly. So you should probably just like not do any of them, because if you leave out one sexy shark boy, they're going to be like 0 out of 10, worst movie ever.
Yeah, I'd be shocked if we're doing sexy shark people in this. Casting relative unknowns, that's, once they've made that decision, makes sense. Sure, go for it. I mean, that's where Tom Holland came from, kind of, right? I mean, he was in stuff, but
yeah, he was
again. When he was cast as Superman, excuse me,
could you
Spider-Man? When he was cast, yes, when he was cast as Spider-Man, we went through the same thing that, with these kids now, of like, oh, you look up the new Spider-Man, she's a little baby boy.
He's a little baby
It's like,
boy.
well,
yeah.
By the time the movie comes out, he won't be. So it's, it is what it is.
Yeah, I certainly am no more excited for this than I was before. Like, I'm gonna need to know literally any information, and because these 2 people are nobodies, this isn't information that I can do anything with. So it's like, it doesn't do anything for my excitement really, one way or the other.
Yeah, I'm gonna need some promotional like images. I'm gonna need to see like what tone, vibe, visuals.
Yeah, show me them in costume
we're going for,
and tell me whether or not this kid's gonna talk.
He's probably gonna talk.
He's almost certainly gonna talk.
I can't imagine he's not gonna talk.
What if he waits until the end and he says, "We are Groot"?
Ooh, that'd be cool. That'd be a twist.
What a movie that would be. I don't know. I've heard a lot of people online being like upset that this is live action instead of animated, because like the Mario movie did so well, and they're like, well, that's that's the best way to adapt these Nintendo games. I do think if there was a Nintendo property that you were going to adapt to live action, this is probably the one. Maybe like Fire Emblem, but no one's going to watch that movie, so this is the one.
You could make a really cool Metroid movie if anyone was ever going to do that, which they're not.
I don't think you could make a live action Metroid movie.
I think you could.
How are you going to turn a girl into a ball?
The suit does it.
Also, she's the only human character in that series. Like, everything else would be CG. She would be one live action person in an otherwise animated movie.
Oh yeah,
it'd be kind of pointless.
More or less, that's what we're gonna end up doing here.
No, they'll just put Vulcan ears on the Hylians, and then that'll be 90% of the movie.
That it's gonna be a bad movie.
I mean, yeah, probably.
There's going to be one Goron in the movie.
It'll just be a fat guy.
It'll be Jack Black.
Look, they made the Aragon movie, and they turned the what are they, Kroll? They're like supposed to be these basically ram-horned orc guys, and they said, what if they were just black dudes? And I think that's where we're going.
If we haven't come far enough from the Aragorn movie, in the
Aragorn's from Lord of the Rings.
He says it like I think he thinks I care.
You do care about Lord of the Rings. Every time that scene comes up, you're like, he really broke that toe there.
Is there more to say about this?
I don't know. Do you have any specific hopes for this movie?
Yeah, I hope it's good.
Well, okay.
I can't really will that into existence. That's in their hands now. I hope these kids don't get bullied, I guess. I don't know. I mean, they're less likely to get bullied than if they were people of color, I suppose.
True. They will get less bullied than the girl playing Hermione. That's absolutely true.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
People are unfortunately very happy that Hunter Schafer didn't get cast in this, because I didn't know this. Apparently Hunter Schafer is trans, and people were like, well, you can't make whoever character they were going to play trans or some shit.
You didn't know Hunter Schafer was trans?
No, it's not something that was important to me.
Actually, I also was part of the group that was pro Hunter Schafer playing Zelda, because I like her, and I've seen
don't think
people
I've seen Hunter Schafer in anything.
The only things that I've seen regarding Hunter Schafer and this are people being actually upset that she wasn't cast. So
well.
So yeah, I guess both sides of the fence. Shitty people and normal people. Who's to say which?
Depends on how upset they were for her not being cast. Because you can be shitty on that side too.
Probably.
If you use that as a way to like bully the person who did get cast, then you've gone too far.
That's true. Absolutely.
But hey, in other live action video game movie news, except it's not a movie, it's a series. Netflix is making an Assassin's Creed game movie. They greenlit it. I don't know.
Cool.
Yeah. We don't know anything about it. I just threw it on here because we just watched Will Ospreay have a match, and he was supposed to have done stunt work in the second of the movies that never got made for the Assassin's Creed series, and so I feel like he's owed something in this series.
If Will Ospreay disappears off AEW TV for a bit with a supposed injury,
well,
we know
he just got concertos, and he was not on Dynamite this week, I don't think.
Oh my God, they're already doing it.
They're doing it now. Yeah, I don't know.
This is weird. Who's I don't want to sound against this, although our last experience with live action cinematic Assassin's Creed was really, really bad.
Yeah, I mean, I never saw it, but you could tell from a mile away that was going to be bad.
Yeah, I think everyone knew going in. But so yeah, I don't want to sound against it, but who was asking for other than Will Ospreay? Who was asking for this?
Just Will Ospreay. I don't know. Okay. It's probably we're in that zone now where like the thing to tap for TV shows and movies is video games, and they were like,
"That's true."
Well, Assassin's Creed is one of the biggest franchises going right now. We should probably do something with that. And so now they're doing it. Also, Ubisoft like really badly needs money right now, so they were probably really easy to convince to let them do something.
But if Ubisoft decides to stop like production on Blu-ray sales, will they send out a memo asking you to destroy your Blu-ray if you buy the show?
Well, it's a Netflix show, so they don't do Blu-rays for like most of that stuff anyway.
That's true.
Just the really big ones, which is probably will not be. Did they make a Blu-ray for the One Piece live action yet? You would know this, I'm sure.
I would know this, but I don't know this. I don't think so.
Well,
I don't think so.
It's unfortunate. This is another one where it's like, I'll need to know what they're doing with it. I need to know, are they adapting a specific game? Are they adapting like the whole, because it's a TV show, so theoretically it go on for a while. Or do they want to adapt like the entire Desmond chunk or something? I don't know. I don't know what I want from this. I might just not want this at all, frankly.
Hey, that's the best place to be for something like this, because then if it comes out and it's bad, well, you didn't care in the first place. But if it happens to be good, hey.
I kind of got burned out on the Assassin's Creed franchise. I have not played the last 3 of them. I haven't played Valhalla. Shadows or Mirage. So I'm behind on that franchise for sure, and I'm like not even that upset about it.
What's the word on the newest one?
Apparently, Shadows was pretty good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it didn't like sell super great, but the reviews were relatively high, and all the word of mouth that I heard about it was like, yeah, this is pretty good. We enjoyed this.
Apparently Netflix is very much against Blu-ray release full stop, so they're not doing it.
Well, that's lame.
Yeah.
In other news, we've got another trailer to talk about. The first trailer for Mortal Kombat 2. It
That's
focuses
true.
almost entirely on Johnny Cage. And I think it's going to be probably really funny, but it looks like it will also be like probably pretty bad.
Well, how did you feel about the first one?
It was all right. Yeah, I thought I was like, this is not a good movie, but I enjoyed it, and I think this is probably the same thing that's going to be true for the second one. Except I will say, I think the costumes in this trailer look pretty bad, especially Raiden. Raiden looks awful.
I liked the first one. I don't remember what Raiden looks like in the first one, but yeah, in this one, I don't know if it's just how he shows up or how it's cut, but yeah, it's just like, oh, he looks silly.
I think it's just jarring because he's in like a parking garage, and you're like, why are you dressed like this in like a parking garage in LA or something? Like it feels so out of place. I think it's interesting that I don't know if the show or the movie rather is going to follow Johnny Cage as like the main character. It'd be an interesting choice, I guess. This trailer certainly does. It's interesting casting because he's like noticeably older than the rest of the cast, and he doesn't have powers. So I don't know how they're gonna. There's a lot of like, what's going on here? What's the plan? What are we doing? Because I enjoy Johnny Cage, but
it's been a minute since I've seen the first one, but like in that, powers are something you have to unlock.
Well,
like,
sure,
you have to like do a thing to unlock it within you, like the main character. And that's another thing. Louis Tan played the main character in the first one, who was an original character for the movie, and everyone hated that. And like I didn't. I thought
really
like,
care.
yeah, sure, it's fine.
They introduced like
exactly.
6 new characters every game anyway, and most of them are kind of lame. So
that's what I was saying.
He's at least on that par.
I was like, this is chill. Sure, put him in the game as like a DLC character or like an unlockable character or something. Like tie it in that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, people were all butthurt because they're like, they put in a guy who's just Joe Nobody. Just like, all right, whatever.
And then they put in Johnny Cage, whose whole bit is that he is Joe Nobody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go. So I think, because he has that like power in the games.
Doesn't he just punch dudes in the nuts really hard?
He has a thing. He does a thing.
What's his thing? I don't remember his thing.
Hang on.
Looking up Johnny Cage fatality right now.
Hang on. He can create like green energy blasts.
Well, maybe he'll get to do that, I guess.
Protective barriers. He does a green thing.
I just remember him punching dudes in the balls real hard. And
I never claimed to be an expert, but I know Johnny Cage does a thing. Yeah, no, I think this looks fine. It looks just as good as the first one, which either you liked or you didn't, and I will see this because I like violence in movies, I guess. I don't know.
You didn't have to out yourself like that. Yeah, I don't know. I think this is going to be one. I assume this is also Warner Brothers. They own the video game rights, so I assume they still own the movie rights.
Yeah, it is.
I think this
the first
one
movie went straight to Max.
Oh, that makes sense. Do we know if this is doing that as well?
No, this one's going to theater. Well, the first one went to HBO Max because it was COVID time.
Oh, that makes sense.
And that was the year that they put everything straight to HBO Max.
Yeah. Well, this does very clearly look like it's a much lower budget movie than a lot of the other things that they're making right now. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is something that they're just like, yeah, whatever, we'll put it out there, we'll see what it does. But it is one of those franchises that Warner Brothers does lean on, at least in the video game space. Because we read that thing a couple weeks back where they were focusing on like 4 franchises, and one of those franchises was Mortal Kombat. So this is one that they put a lot of stock in. I just don't know necessarily that those movies have ever done well financially. So I guess we'll see how this one does.
Yeah, very much so. I think it looks like fun, so I'm down. That's basically it.
Yeah, I might have to rewatch that first movie because I honestly remember so little of it.
I mean, it's it's stupid, but you know what else is stupid?
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, so like, I mean, that's what we're here for. Like if they do anything cool, then we're having a fun time.
It is sort of the what are those movies called? Where it's like we're gonna put 500 action movie guys in this movie, and they're gonna have 1 second of screen time.
The Expendables?
Yeah, it is sort of the Expendables of fighting games at this point. Especially
I
with
don't
like
know.
the DLC rosters, where they're like, literally, here's the cast of the Expendables, or here's every horror movie character.
Expendables is pretty goddamn bad.
Yeah, that's correct. I'm not saying it's bad, but like I think thematically it's pretty similar. It's just like we're gonna put all these guys that you like in a thing, and we're gonna make them. We're just gonna slam these action figures together. Like that's the mythos
Sure.
of both of these universes.
Put Arnold Schwarzenegger in there.
He's been in it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he's been in it
It's two
multiple
different
times.
characters.
Yeah, I think he's been in there as Terminator, and I think it's just like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
From Predator, maybe.
Maybe from Predator. I don't know. Either way, speaking of multiple appearances, we have. This is a rumor. Take it with a grain of salt. Although we do know at least part of it is true. That there are now multiple, count them multiple, Fallout projects in video game projects in the works. Now we know one for a fact. It was leaked forever ago. It's that Fallout 3 remaster that's coming, presumably from Virtuous, the same people who made the Oblivion remaster, and probably will be made in, you would assume, the same formatting where it is the exact same engine, but we just put an Unreal Engine like pretty skin over the top, which would be fine by me, frankly.
Yep, I agree.
We don't know for sure that it's Virtuous making that. That hasn't been confirmed, but those two games were leaked at the same time, so they're definitely still in the works.
Sure.
And then they did just confirm that they have officially moved into pre-production, basically, on Fallout 5. So that is beginning. The next mainline Fallout game is officially in the works. We had heard a while ago, Todd Howard had said, like, I have like a notebook full of ideas for it, and like he had said that he had worked out a lot of what he wanted that game to be, but it seems like now they're stepping into the realm of putting those ideas together in a coherent way, hopefully. But
it's always good to hear.
This report actually came out before the Fallout 5 being greenlit thing was official, so that might not be part of it. And we have been hearing rumors for a long time, like multiple years, that they may have another New Vegas style game coming from a different studio, because right now under the Microsoft umbrella is obviously Obsidian, who made New Vegas, but also In Exile, who is the original creators of Fallout. They did Fallout 1 and 2.
Right.
So there's a lot of people who have history with this franchise already under that umbrella, who theoretically would also have the ability to do it. And my theory is that it's probably Obsidian, because we know that the guy who was the director for New Vegas, Josh Sawyer, his game finished and like came out last year or whatever. He did Pentiment whenever that came out, like 2 years ago maybe. We know that his team in particular has been staffing up over the last little while, so they're definitely working on something, and we don't know what it is, but it seems like there's a high probability that it could be one of these Fallout projects, in which case I'm very excited.
Oh yeah, we love Fallout here on Ready Set Replay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just like your favorite video game franchise and one of mine too. So
yeah, definitely. I mean, one would imagine that Fallout 5, which is just exciting to hear. That rings in the ears nice.
Yeah, it might be a while before we see it, but yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's after Elder Scrolls.
Yes, but Elder Scrolls may be as early as next year.
Woo!
So
like they're gonna just like Summer Games Fest next year be like, hey, this fall.
There's a chance,
like they did with Fallout 4 when it came out.
It's possible. We know that Bethesda really likes to have shorter turnarounds between when they officially like announce the game. Obviously, that's out of the water here, but like I guess when they would give us the release date and when the game comes out. So I could see that for this, because they've been completely radio silent on it since they announced it years ago. So we know that they've been working on it for a very long time, and the rumor forever was that it was going to be 2026. And now we have the rumor that goes along with it, which is that Xbox is supposedly launching new hardware next year or early next year, or 2027 if it got pushed. There's some debate on that. And so the going theory right now is that whenever that Xbox comes out, Elder Scrolls will also come out.
That would definitely move some hardware.
I mean, yeah. They'll probably still put it on other platforms. They're going multi-platform now.
PC,
so it'll still
etc.
probably be other places. It may not be other places day one, but it will eventually go other places. So that'd be cool. But so we know that that's coming, and if that's the case, then we could expect Fallout 5 like 2 to 3 years after that. Their release schedule has been such that you usually get a Bethesda game every couple of years. So theoretically, they could be doing something with that. I do think that maybe this one will be further out, and that we're getting a different, like the spin-off Fallout game between now and then. That would make the most sense.
Yeah, I can see that.
But we'll see.
Okay, so Fallout 3 Remaster was no coming.
Yeah.
Chill. They'll get me to play Fallout 3 again. You got me, guys.
They didn't have to work hard on that one.
And then potential New Vegas type spin-off maybe in the works, maybe before 5, you're saying?
Almost certainly before 5. Yeah.
Certainly before 5.
If the rumors of that are true, then they've been working on that for like 3 years.
Studio. Yeah.
So
and then 5 eventually. Now, okay, so my question that I would have for the spin-off and then Fallout 5, because I'm not worried about 3 at all. That'll just be exactly what the Oblivion remaster was.
Yeah.
What are the odds that they announced either one of these games and it's not a single player experience, such as how Fallout 76 was not a single player experience?
I think it's pretty low because they're still supporting Fallout 76. Like that game still exists. It's still being worked on. They just released a new update for it like a week ago. So they've got that, and it is big, strangely successful.
Yeah, it's still big, which is nuts.
Yeah, so I don't necessarily think that they would want to put out a second one of those right now, especially considering how long it took them to like really find their foothold with the first one. I don't think that that's necessarily something that they would want to be doing right now. We do know that as part of those layoffs that they did the other week, that they canceled a multiplayer project that was in the works at like a live service game that was in the works at the MMO studio. And it is possible that that was a multiplayer Fallout thing. So between those two, probably not going to get a multiplayer. I would be surprised if either of the things in the works right now are multiplayer in really any meaningful way.
You filled me with hope. I like the sound of what I'm hearing. More Fallout.
Yeah. We do know that traditionally the way that it has been is when Bethesda makes a Fallout game, as would be the case with 5, that it's on the East Coast, and when anybody else does it, it's on the West Coast.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, I would like to see a not Bethesda Fallout game that does not take place in California. That'd be pretty neat. If we could get
I agree.
Maybe a little bit more distance on that. I don't know how many other places like in America would be good for it. Basically any major city. You could do Chicago, St. Louis, Dallas, like any major city I think you could make something out of. I know that Texas is supposed to be like the home of the Brotherhood of Steel or something. I don't know what the hell the situation with Chicago is. They mentioned it in Fallout 76, but I don't remember what they say about it. So like really any major city, but I don't know which one I would want. Have you had your own fan castings for where you want Fallout to go?
I haven't really thought that much on it. I think what would be our saving grace as to not seeing more in California is that's where the show is.
True. Well,
so like we don't in that general area, the NCR area.
Yeah, because the second season is supposedly in New Vegas, which is technically
in Vegas. Yeah. So
it's close.
Any ideas of like, because I right off the bat I was like, well, what if they decide that they want to go to like the Griffith Observatory or Old Hollywood or stuff like that? Well, season 1 of the show very much did that area, at least in flashbacks and
yeah. I think we're definitely going to get a lot of that out of the TV show.
So I think you would want to distance from that area a bit, especially if the show does world-changing events.
Yeah, I mean,
You
if
don't
we're
want to. You
if
don't
we're
want to
gonna
have a
call it
game
canon,
where. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I've been gung ho for Dallas for a while. The North Texas area. Now, granted, it sucks up here.
I
It's
don't
not
know
a
that
lot
it.
going on.
I don't know that it sucks up here any more than like any other city. To be fair,
I don't know. You look out there and it's like the bombs already went off. Is what I'm saying.
it's just hot. It's fine.
That's all it is. Sometimes it makes you wish for a nuclear winter.
That it does. That it does. But if they did like DFW, then they could do a thing where like Fort Worth is held by one faction and Dallas is held by another faction. Then you have to like choose one. Be kind of interesting.
Um, Trying to think. America. What else we got going on? What are the other cities? What are they?
I don't know. You could do Chicago's definitely a big one. You could do Detroit, but
Yeah.
then I mean Detroit already looks like it got hit by a bomb. You could
Uh-huh.
do like Seattle. You could do Atlanta. You could we could go down to Florida and we could do like I mean we kind of tested the waters with alligator death claws and
That's right.
theme park guys. So
That's right. If they did Dallas, then you could have a DLC where you do like a post-apocalyptic Mardi Gras in Louisiana.
yeah, I mean honestly you could just do also Louisiana and that'd be fine by me too. But yeah, I mean yeah, if you did a DLC that was like we're gonna go, well I guess they kind of already did because Oklahoma is famously like a lot of Native American reservations, and so you could do one where it was like, how are the Native Americans doing? But like we already kind of got that from Honest Hearts,
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
so I don't know that that's necessarily going to be like a fresh take.
All
But
right. Get
yeah,
this right. Okay. Especially if it is an
or
Obsidian game.
DLC in Mexico.
See, okay, I was close to that.
Yeah,
I was close to that because we've never gone outside the U.S. So I was
yeah,
thinking
yeah.
like if you do Texas, then you could have a DLC where you go to El Paso, and if it's an Obsidian game, just like New Vegas was, you could bump into Raul, get Danny Trejo back in the booth, baby.
Get him in there. He's a restaurateur now. He's making. I think it's a burger place or a taco and burger
He
place.
he has a taco cookbook out.
Hell yeah.
Good for him.
Do you think he only cuts things with machetes?
Well, that's all he has. Yeah.
That's the only knife he needs.
Mhm.
I'm very excited for these games. I think that all of them are going to be good, assuming that they all exist. So
Yeah.
it's literally just a holding pattern. I do think that Fallout 3 remaster is probably going to be announced relatively soon. I would be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised rather if we got it at like Game Awards at the end of the year. I think would be a good shot for it. I don't think we're going to get it. The only other major shows left this year are Gamescom in Germany, Tokyo Game Show, and the Game Awards. Big announcements are pretty much never made at Gamescom or TGS, so
Yeah.
it really is like if they're going to announce it this year, it's either going to be a random tweet, which is kind of what happened with
Not
the Oblivion one,
impossible.
so
Yeah.
or it'll be at the
What
Gamescom, Game Awards.
what month did Oblivion come out this year?
Oh shoot, I don't know.
Like May or
Yeah, it was like April,
March,
May. I don't
somewhere
remember.
in there.
Yeah,
They could. I mean, yeah, they could announce. They could have a little teaser for. I don't know. People get all butthurt if they start showing a Fallout thing, and then it's just like Fallout 3 remaster.
no, I
Or
think at this point people wouldn't because A, they'd probably just be happy it wasn't another update for 76, and B, the remaster has been rumored for so long that they'd be like, oh, here it is, finally. Like, I think that there'd be enough excitement. Plus, Fallout 3, like, people love Fallout 3. That's a lot of
that's
people's favorite Fallout.
maybe that's why they just like flat out announced on like social media the Oblivion one, because they're like, if we start to show Elder Scrolls something, people are gonna get too excited, and then they're gonna see Oblivion Gates, and they're gonna start booing us.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a possibility of that. I do think that the way that they did the Oblivion one was probably correct. I think it was
Yeah.
a good idea to get that out to players before reviews came out because all the reviews were going to say is like it's just that game but prettier, you know.
Yeah.
And I feel
Yeah.
like that's not like a huge selling point for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Whereas just being like, there's a new Elder Scrolls that a lot of you probably didn't play is a bigger thing.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
and I think Fallout 3 might hit that same kind of wave right now because sure, a lot of people have played it, but like since Fallout's gotten more popular with the show, and
absolutely.
I guess with 76 having its legs, they do the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely see that. I do think that there's a high probability that whenever we do hear about it from an official channel, that it is out in under a month. I think it's going to be a pretty fast turnaround once that does get announced officially.
Yeah, I'll play it. I'll 100% it. Again.
Yeah. Well, tell us what you guys want from a Fallout game in the comments down below, either on Spotify or YouTube, and go and follow us on both of those places. If you are listening to the sound of my voice and you are not subscribed and or following us on the platform that you're on, what are you doing? Go on, click that button. We earned it. You watched an hour and 15-ish minutes of this. You give us a click. It does nothing for you. It does everything for us. You can follow the show to get announcements of when there's new episodes on Twitter at @RSR_POD, or you can follow me on Twitter and Blue Sky at Daniel J. McGee.
You can just follow me on Blue Sky at Skyler 8-bit.
Until next time, everybody, we'll see you around.
The game's just starting, the world's so bright. Jump right in, everything feels right. Let's play, take a trip back in time where pixels and